welcome to TBC News. But first, our top stories tonight. Eco progress impressive, set to deepen Tanzania-Uganda ties. Tanzania sets sights on launching its first satellite by late 2026. I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages at TBC Online. Prime Minister Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba today has inspected the crude oil pipeline project from Hoima, Uganda, to Chongoliani in Tanga region, expressing his satisfaction with the progress that have been made so far. Here are more details.
The Prime Minister termed the $5.65 billion project.
The implementers that the project had a period when the whole world was facing economic challenges.
Furthermore, the Prime Minister says Tanzania is enforcing strict local content regulations in 2026, warning that foreign-owned firms posing as indigenous to secure contracts will face closure and expulsion.
Kwenye local content.
Regarding local content, the presenter spoke about empowering local citizens. Go further, do not just talk about locals. There have been some manipulation of the term local companies, and some of them are not genuine. We want to see real Tanzanian companies involved, because I have noticed cases where someone merely uses another person's address while the person is not even a beneficiary. Conduct a proper verification to eliminate such dishonest practices. Please follow up on this matter.
The Prime Minister has instructed the project management to ensure that upon completion, priority for employment should be given to those who are currently contracted with the project as to meet the requirements.
The Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Angela Kairuki, says Tanzania expects to complete the construction of its first satellite, Tanzanite Sat-01, by September 2026, a major milestone that is expected to boost key sectors including agriculture, mining, and healthcare. She made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the opening of the Southern African Development Community Shared Satellite Forum, which brings together experts and communication stakeholders from 16 member countries, as well as regional and international institutions. Caroline Malewo has more details.
International reports indicate that only 19 out of 54 African countries have successfully launched satellites into space. In Tanzania, is yet to join that group. The 2026 SADC Shared Satellite Forum has brought together 16 countries to discuss the development of a joint regional satellite and the use of space to accelerate growth of the digital economy across the region. Speaking during the conference, Minister Angela Kairuki outlined Tanzania's progress towards building its own satellite.
As we understand that terrestrial fiber alone cannot reach every village or monitor every piece of land of our forests. This is why Tanzania has developed a national space program, and currently we are implementing the CubeSat, which is known as the Kibo Cube project. We are supported by the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, UNOSA, but also we get the support of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, focusing on capacity building, but also ensuring that when we launch the shared SADC missions, our experts will be ready to operate them.
On the other hand, the Director General of the Tanzania Communications Regulatory Authority, Dr. Jabiru Bakari, highlighted the stages of the implementation as well as the benefits the project will bring to the Tanzanians.
Tanzania remains fully committed to region integration and cooperation, and as a regulator, TCRI is dedicated to promoting efficient spectrum and orbital resource management, innovation, and digital inclusion.
Participants from different countries acknowledge that satellite technology will expand digital inclusion and extend economic opportunities to rural communities.
The development of a SADC shared satellite network with the primary objective to connect the unconnected, especially those in underserved, rural communities, and the remote areas of our region.
This forum is not merely a technical gathering. It is a strategic platform where policy, regulation, engineering, and diplomacy converge to shape the future of satellite communications in Southern Africa.
On the continent, Egypt remains Africa's pioneer in space technology, with 15 satellites currently in orbit. Within the SADC region, South Africa has 12 satellites, while Angola operates 2. As Tanzania moves closer to launching its first satellite, experts believe that the initiative will strengthen national development, improve connectivity, and position the country competitively in the digital economy. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Caroline Maleo, TBC News.
In Africa, water remains central to life, livelihoods, and economic survival. It is estimated that 3 out of every 4 jobs depend directly on water, yet more than 400 million people across the continent still lack sufficient access to basic daily needs. This situation persists despite Africa's abundance of natural water resources, underscoring that the greatest challenge is not availability, but accessibility. In response, the African Union has adopted assuring sustainable water availability and safe sanitation systems as a key continental priority for 2026, with Tanzania reaffirming its commitment to collaborate and align national efforts with the Agenda 2063 goals. Esther Dels has more details.
Following the declaration on ensuring sustainable water availability and safe sanitation systems to achieve the goals of Agenda 2063, issued during the 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union held on 14th February 2026 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Tanzania has reaffirmed its commitment to the continental vision. Briefing journalists on the key outcome of the just-ended 39th Ordinary Session of the African Union Summit, Deputy Minister for Water Kundo Matthew explains how the statement aligns with the national vision under President Samia Suluhu Hassan to ensure every citizen, both in urban and rural areas, has access to clean and safe water.
Additionally, through the slogan Water for Africa, it will ensure the implementation of the National Water Grid Plan initiated under the leadership of Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. This national system is designed to distribute clean and safe water from large and reliable sources such as major lakes, rivers, and dams to various areas facing water supply challenges across the country. The plan aims to address the problem of inadequate access to clean and safe water nationwide. Tanzania is the first country to begin implementing this initiative, and once completed, President Samia Suluhu Hassan will become the first head of state in the East and Central African region to execute such a large-scale project.
The Deputy Minister also highlights key achievement already recorded in Tanzania's water sector under President Samia Suluhu Hassan's leadership that includes increased access to clean water services in villages and towns, expansion of water supply networks, and improved implementation of strategic projects aimed at securing sustainable water availability for current and future generation. The AU's 2026 theme serves as a clarion call for action across the continent. It stresses that achieving sustainable water availability and safe sanitation system is not just an environmental issue, but a pathway to achieving broader socio-economic goals. Esther Dels, TBC.
And now on TBC, whereby the Director General of the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, Dr. Ayubu Rioba, today officially launched the new Bongo FM studios at the corporation's office in Mikocheni, Dar es Salaam. Speaking during the launch event, the Director General emphasized the importance of giving young people opportunities within the media industry. He notes that other media institutions should actively involve the youth, saying they possess creative ideas which, if given a chance, can bring a new revolution to the news and media industry.
At TBC, we started this way back, and it has paid dividends. You can see what we have launched here today, Bongo FM. It's an incredible outfit that we have as TBC. So I believe other institutions may actually pick a leaf from what we have done, trusting young people or placing our trust in young people. It has paid dividends. And it's, you know, if you want to grow, if you want to expand, if you want to find people who can give you different ideas, but if you keep by yourself with the same ideas that you have applied for years and years, there are times when your ideas can be overtaken by new realities without your own knowledge. So I believe it's important that we trust our young people and provide them not only with opportunities, but with the freedom to think and create and be innovative.
He also adds that young professionals are capable of transforming content creation and storytelling through innovation, technology, and fresh perspectives that reflect the realities of today's society.
Young people have a lot of potential, they are energetic, they have a lot of ideas, they are creative, and they live in a completely different world. When we were growing up, we did not have ChatGPT. So today, difficult questions can be asked in those softwares or programs, and young people can get answers, notwithstanding, of course, sometimes the answers may not be contextually relevant, but it is a completely different world they live in. And you can see what has happened with TBC2. It's young people who are running TBC2. And when you look at Bongo FM, it's young people who are running Bongo FM. And they're the ones who plan and execute the plans. They don't need assistance from we, the management, unless they need some money to execute certain programs. But they come up with ideas even on how to help increase revenue for the organization.
The new Bongo FM studios are expected to enhance production standards and position TBC as a leader in modern broadcasting in Tanzania. The launch marks a significant step in strengthening broadcasting infrastructure, aiming at improving the quality of programs and enhancing services to listeners across the country. Parliamentary Standing Committee of Infrastructure has recently directed Air Tanzania Company Limited, ATCL, to leverage the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON as a strategic tool to boost national tourism by facilitating the expansion of company's flight network into West Africa to tap into its robust football fan base and growing economies. Speaking to TBC News, the chairman of the committee, Selemani Kakoso, commended ATCL for its performance, especially after the company's revenue increased to an average of 2 trillion shillings.
Tunaanzisha mashindano ya AFCON hapa nchini. Sisi ni wenyeji.
We are the hosts of the AFCON tournament here in our country. And as an airline, we are using this opportunity to promote tourism. We will be transporting visitors from West to North Africa, using our aircraft to facilitate their travel. At the same time, we will encourage our guests to visit Tanzania's national parks, the beautiful beaches of Zanzibar, and all other tourist attractions available across the country.
On the other hand, the committee has advised the government to address the challenges facing the company, like shortage of aircraft and technical infrastructure, to further enhance its growth. The Digital Tanzania Project, DTP, funded by the World Bank and implemented between 2021 and 2026, has vastly enhanced digital infrastructure, strengthened the digital ecosystem, and has improved public service delivery. Here are more details.
Speaking to TBC News, the coordinator of the project, Bakari Mwamgugu, said the project aimed to increase high-quality internet access, boost e-government services, and enhance digital skills for 13 million Tanzanians.
Kuanzia activities za ujengaji wa minara 758 huwa tulikuwa tunaitangaza minara.
We have constructed 758 communication towers and they are now completed and operational. In addition, we have established 32 one-stop service centers where any citizen can access multiple services in one office without having to visit different locations. We have also not left out the youth. We are building 8 innovation centers in 8 regions which will support startups, innovators, and researchers.
Tumeongeza uwezo wa matumizi ya internet au tumetanua wigo.
We have increased internet capacity. Previously, we had limited internet bandwidth of around 5 to 7 gigabytes, but now we have 20 gigabytes, which cover all institutions in Zanzibar.
A digital specialist from the World Bank, Paul Seaton, says the project has shown positive outcome and the bank vows its full completion as it has brought positive results to the beneficiaries.
Very complex project, and it's complex because it has so many different parts to it, touching on various different aspects of the digital economy. And so I think we're very close to having the project complete across all of those different areas. And that's where the big development impact comes from, really, because it's doing things in connectivity, it's doing things in skills, it's doing things in entrepreneurship. There's all these different kind of areas that the project is focused on. And so the real impact of the project is when all of these activities are delivered as one, because they all support each other, essentially.
Young people in Africa are being urged to form joint ventures and collaborative youth-led actions to combat climate change by coming up with practical actions and collective solutions to the challenges that our continent is facing. Speaking during the post-COP30 multi-stakeholder forum in Dar es Salaam, Irish Ambassador to Tanzania, Nicola Brennan, emphasized that youth are the future generation whose hands the world's well-being depends upon, urging them to work together across all levels from local and national to the broader region. Ambassador Nicola says the forum comes at the right time and the country will continue to collaborate with Tanzania in addressing climate change.
The youth ask today is not emotional, it is practical. We ask for institutionalized participation in climate governance processes. We ask for clearer pathways to access climate finance for youth-led initiatives. We ask for structured collaboration frameworks between government and youth networks. We ask for capacity building programs that strengthen technical, financial, and policy skills. We ask for monitoring systems that will track youth contribution to climate implementation. We recognize and appreciate the presence of government leadership today. The Vice President Office and the Vice President Office in Zanzibar hold the key coordination roles in climate policy. Youth are ready to align with national frameworks and support implementation at local level. We are ready to contribute to adaptation planning, awareness campaigns, and community-based initiatives.
Other stakeholders say youth and women must be involved in climate change initiatives as their role will effectively address the challenges in the community.
The outcomes of COP30 from our perspective included indicators on the global goal on adaptation, commitment of to the tripling of adaptation finance by 2030, and the further authorization of the loss and damage fund, whereby around $250 million now is available in the fund for each country to access up to 20 million per project. In this regard, and more importantly, is that clean cooking and the universal energy access, which were considered agenda that were pioneered by Tanzania, were were formally recognized within the Just Transition Decision or Framework that was adopted by the UNFCCC at COP30.
While the multi-stakeholder forum for COP30 implementation is ongoing, COP31 is scheduled to take place in Antalya, Turkey from 9th to 20th November 2026, not this year. Arusha International Conference Center, AICC, and the Dr. Salim Ahmed Salim Center for Foreign Relations, CFR, have established a strategic 3-year partnership to elevate Tanzania's standing in international diplomacy and conference hosting. Speaking about the agreement in Arusha, the Director General of the Arusha International Conference Center, Christina Mwakatobe, said the move is part of President Samia Suluhu Hassan's strategy to enhance economic diplomacy and boost tourism and conferencing. According to the Director General, the initiative aims to deliver high-level international services, positioning Tanzania as a premier business and tourism hub.
Tujikite huko sana kuhakikisha kwamba tunajua apart from the customer service tunayojifunza kila siku.
Apart from the customer service training we receive every day, as you are aware, AICC has been ISO certified since May last year. However, that is not nearly enough because of the level of international guests we receive here. We must understand how to properly welcome them and respect the diplomatic status that they come with. There are many rules of etiquette, including various do's and don'ts.
On the other hand, the Director General of the Dr. Salim Ahmed Salim Center for Foreign Relations, Felix Wandwe, says the new partnership will boost countries' foreign relations.
Katika mashirikiano haya,
through this cooperation, we can also act as a catalyst for other institutions carrying out similar responsibilities, expanding partnerships for broader prosperity and in the national interest. As CFR, we are ready to collaborate with any other stakeholders, including the media, to promote and advance diplomacy.
The agreement also aims to enhance working relationships, raise industry standards, and boost collaboration. Africa's youthful population, the largest in the world, continues to reshape the continent's media landscape through digital innovation. The CEO of Tembeka and Associates, Tembeka Kaka, of South Africa, has commended Tanzania for prioritizing young people in the media space. She made the remarks after attending the annual Broadcasters Conference 2026 held in Dodoma, where she applauded Tanzanian media platforms for empowering youth voices and embracing digital transformation to tell authentic African stories from an African perspective.
This is an opportunity, specifically in Tanzania, which has got a very strong cultural history, Kiswahili, which is the local language, which makes it so unique, and Kiswahili being the language that has been adopted by the African Union as the language of Africa. So we are very excited that I attended the annual Africa Union Broadcasters facilitated by Tanzania Communications Authority 2026. And the way I evaluate it is that we exhibited as TNA, they were youth. 70% of the exhibitors were youth, and it was community broadcasters, commercial broadcasters, which in itself was enlightening.
Before we wind up our local news tonight, let's now have a look to our today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. And now it's time for the weather update.
Hello, dear viewer. Welcome again to the next 24 hours of forecast, starting tonight at 9 p.m. I'm Ramadan Omari from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. Starting with the windy flow pattern, we're expecting wind to flow at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour, especially over the coastal areas and the Lake Rukwa. Over Lake Victoria, Tanganyika, and the Lake Nyasa, wind speed is expected to reach 30 kilometers per hour. In the state of the sea and lakes is expected to be slightly to moderate. And rainfall models are showing signal of rainfall over some areas of our country, especially over the central areas, west towards southern part of our country. And the slight enhancement of rainfall is expected over the central areas towards southern western highland. And TMY has issued an advisory of heavy rain over some areas of Dodoma, Morogoro, southwestern highland, and the Rovuma region. So necessary precaution should be taken all those areas. And tonight areas along Lake Victoria Basin, west, southwestern highland, southern part of Morogoro region, Rovuma, Lindi, and Mtwara regions are expected to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. Over the central areas, northern part of Morogoro and the Dar es Salaam and the Pwani regions are expected to feature particular condition, rain showers over few areas. And the remaining regions are expected to feature particular conditions. And tomorrow over the central, southwestern highland, Morogoro, Rovuma, Lindi, and the Mtwara regions are expected to feature cloudy condition, thunder showers over some areas and sun intervals. Over western part of our country and northeastern highland, we're expecting to feature cloudy condition, thunder showers over few areas and sun intervals. Areas along Lake Victoria Basin and northern coast are expected to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas and sun periods. And now, let's have a look on the next further forecast over some regions of our country. In Dar es Salaam, we're expecting to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. Over Dodoma, we're expecting particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. Over Mbeya, also, we're expecting particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. Over Mwanza, we're expecting particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. In Kilimanjaro, we're expecting to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. Over Morogoro, we're expecting to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. And in Arusha, we're expecting to feature particular condition, thunder showers over few areas. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, my name is Agnes Tuniga. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.